Make sure you put your shit on silent this time, because the last interview, this shit kept going off crazy.
My phone ring one time, man. Listen, man. These tour days is getting kind of, you know what I'm saying?
One time is
Listen,
enough.
man. I got you, brother. Grandpa, man. Grandpa Dizzy. Y'all don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you've been smoking rock or under a rock, you now tuned in to the Personal Party Podcast.
Cheer.
Always followed by the wackest ad-lib in the game.
That's a fact, though.
Show Broadway with the wackest ad-lib in the game. It's like a fusion of like Stack Bundles
and Jewels. Yes, sir.
If they
Yes, sir.
merge
Yes,
their
sir.
ad-lib.
Yes, sir. And I'm taking the crown. A little Max B in there too. He did it a couple times.
Max B,
He did.
No Max B.
Yes,
vibe.
he did. How much you want to bet? All right, we talk about that later. We got a special guest.
I mean, we always got special guests, but today more so special because they coined me as a conversationalist. Oh, right.
He hype over that.
And I have no, because it's just a new name, so I like it. So
the journalist that didn't go to college.
That's what it is. I thought that was just a nigga that could just carry a good conversation.
Well, it can be, but in the podcast game,
whatever. I got a real journalist in this motherfucker today. All right?
A real one.
A nigga that I admire and I aspire to have the approach and to pry for fucking information from my guests. The way this guy does his deep dives in catalogs and articulates it so well, and has the most anticipated argued list every fucking year.
We gonna talk about that
every fucking year. I have my motherfucking brother in this motherfucker tonight. My motherfucking brother B. Dot.
Yeah.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
Shit.
Thank you for having me, man. Like, I guess we're also co-workers too, right?
Yeah, our complex gig.
You know what I mean?
That's
you know
crazy.
It's crazy. You know what I mean? I'm just
salute to my man. You doing good over there, man.
Let me tip my hat to you, Smoke Dizzard.
Oh man, thank you. You know, I'm just trying to keep up in this game. You know what I mean? And just rebuilding.
I'm glad we have the champagne. This is a cause of a celebration.
It's the
right?
Yeah, exactly.
All
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yes,
Pop that joint.
Do I do that?
You know what I mean? Yeah, pop
man.
that joint.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Today's episode is. Well, I mean, there's been a past couple episode theme kind of thing for us because outside of the artists and producers we have here, I made a conscious effort to reach out to all my brothers that do journalism and that have their own platforms to come sit with us because it's game every time we link, every time we chat. There's no cameras.
The last time we talked was on Jamaica Avenue. And
Facts.
God Brewer,
Facts.
for homegrown. So this is really a pleasure being here, man. Like, my eyes are wandering, like, and no pun intended, this is really fucking cool.
Oh man,
He's good at this.
Man,
He's good
the
at
best. He's
good
best.
at
He's
this.
one of the
This is
best. He's
real
one of the
fucking
best.
cool.
I like to say this guy put me on the margarita pizza. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Influence.
yeah.
That's the best fucking New York pizza that you could get.
Listen.
Like if you was born in the 80s and grew up in the 90s and you remember what New York pizza tastes like, that's the most authenticated New York pizza fucking shop that I've been to since fucking...
Margaritas is the truth. If a nigga tell you Gabby's, he's a liar, okay? In Queens, Margaritas on Jamaica Avenue is the best.
What's the other one? Spumoni?
Is that the one? I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, my man Busy be talking about that.
Yeah, fuck them. It's margaritas. It's margaritas.
Margaritas.
I'm looking like a buster now opening this on camera, man.
Nah,
They're killing me in the comments. Can you open this for me, please? Thank you. They're killing me.
I'm mad we gave you that task.
Oh,
You
man.
supposed to
Nah,
be focusing.
you might have to do it over the sink, because that shit might go crazy.
Yeah.
But first and foremost,
Yes, sir.
When did you get into journalism?
College. I went to school at Delaware State University. So I was freelancing while I was on campus, and then when I graduated in 06, I'm dating myself, but literally the day after, I started working at Harris Publications, which was the house of like Double XL, Rides, King, Slam. So I felt like the #1 draft pick, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of got my start and
That's
foot in the
hard.
game.
That's hard. See, our last interview that we did, it was more scripted.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
I had to like memorize the questions and you know, I had my little spin on things, but I'm
Yeah.
like, this is more so the platform where we could really
Yo, man,
chat.
I love it here. Yeah, like you should start charging people, giving tours to come here. Like this place is cool, man. Like you got the
Let
fucking.
them know, man.
You got
They be
pictures
trying to
everywhere.
kill us. They kill us, and we in the closet and all
Nah,
that.
we are.
man.
We in my
Fuck
closet.
that! I would have put a sleeping bag down. You got the belts.
It's fire, bro.
You got the Bret Hart belt right here,
Come
man.
on, man. I like
behind you.
the
the Winged
Cade.
Eagle. Yeah, you know.
The-
And I got one of our favorite Hove albums as a rug. Shout out to
Volume
Sean Brown.
3, man.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm
Volume 3
saying?
joint.
That shit hard.
You know, we share the same opinions of a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z is one of them.
Yes,
He's the GOAT.
yeah, it's the best.
MC. You had a chance to actually, before I even get there,
Mm-hmm.
your partner,
Elliot Wilson,
the world's greatest, the yellow nigga,
the yellow nigga, yellow belly bastard.
the yellow nigga, motherfucking Elliot Wilson.
Yes.
When did you link with Elliot?
Well, when I got drafted, because at the time Elliot wasn't the head of Double XL, he was the editor in chief. So I kind of came in and I was like low man on the totem pole. So we've been working together for shit. I think this might be the longest Elliot's ever worked with somebody. So since 2006 to now. Thank you. So
That's crazy.
so yeah, so from 06 to now we still work together. So
See, the dopest thing I feel like outside of the freshman covers,
Mm-hmm.
I've always had a love for Double XL magazine.
yeah.
And no shot to them, but I feel like after you guys elevated from leaving it wasn't the same.
Nah, I agree with you. I mean, it's changed. We left in around the same time, like in 2008, right before the recession and the world went to shit. Mm-hmm. And they had some good people afterward, like Daytwan was holding things down.
Shout out to Daytwan.
Rob Markman was there for a while. You know what I'm saying? But it's not what it used to be. Magazines aren't what they used to be, so it's just a different time. You know what I'm saying? So
Do you think podcast is like the new magazine?
yeah, it is a new magazine. It's just that people get in their content in different ways. You're telling stories visually and audibly. Is that audible? Yeah, am I saying that right?
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Podcasting, we good.
Yeah, so it's just kind of the new medium for information. So and I love the fact that everyone can do it. I mean, I get for better or for worse. You know what I'm saying?
For better or for worse,
But
for sure.
yeah, it's just a new medium, man.
Right. Because I think like, your guess is like the cover story,
Yeah,
right? And then everything else in the middle of it is like the meat and potatoes.
yeah, because a lot of times, like when what Elliot and I do for Rap Radar podcast, we kind of did that for the website as well. But with the podcast, it's like we kind of come from this magazine world, so it's like we're trying to give you the cover story come to life. You know what I'm saying? Through the Rap Radar show.
Right.
So that's kind of
you guys are the gold standard. of
Thank you, I
that.
appreciate that.
You know what I mean? Like, you guys were the first podcast that was actually successful in the hip hop space, as far as my POV goes, from what I've seen. And then
Yeah, I'll give credit to like Combat Jack. You know what I'm
shout
saying?
out to Combat.
And the
Rest in
first
peace.
ones who started it was Juan Epstein,
Juan
Peter
Ep.
Rosenberg, and Cypher Sound. So I'm not gonna, I'll be remiss if I didn't mention them. But to your point, yeah, I definitely think we took it to another level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like, Juan Epps, all those respect, those all my guys.
Yeah,
But Rap Radar was just a little more regal.
yeah, I
right?
appreciate that.
It was like a different feeling, even with the guys that you got to sit down with y'all.
Yeah,
It was a different palette than what we was listening to on other platforms.
right.
Right. So it inspired guys like me to have the confidence from watching y'all and even learning how to ask questions.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people can ask questions, but
Yeah.
you might not get the answer you're looking for because you might not have articulated the question
yeah, absolutely.
in the right way.
And for a person like me, like I'm a hip hop junkie, and my favorite thing to do is the research, right? So I love listening to the music. I love watching all the old interviews. Like that's kind of like my process of how to, get a good conversation out. And it takes a long time. It's kind of a daunting process. And then everyone doesn't have to do it, but that's just what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? So, whenever we have Smoke Dizza on, I'm probably gonna know more about you than you know about yourself. I always appreciate it when we have a guest on, like looking at me like, how you know that, or like that aha moment. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me is like the best part. So
And you're really good at that.
I think-
and you gave me that game because now when I have guests up here, you know what I mean, I try to do more of a deep dive into figuring out the shit that I can't find on Wikipedia.
Right. And that's the thing too, is like when I do an interview, I don't want it just to be based off of what you see on the Wikipedia page. I want it to be, you know, a little bit more personal and depth, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, if I were to interview you, I'd be like, Stizza, so you know, you said you have every hype sneaker, but that's a poor man. Why is that a poor man floss?
See this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why is owning a sneaker ever? You know, things like that. So I just wanted to know that, hey, I'm listening to your music, I'm tuned in, and you know, I just appreciate the craft. So
Right. See, you listen to music in a way that rappers listen to music. Right. So, and I say that in a way like you catch the slick shit.
yeah.
Right. Did you ever think about being a rapper before?
Of course. I think every journalist tried to be a rapper at some point. You know what I'm saying? I realized
Everybody around hip hop.
yeah, like how can you not? You know what I'm saying? But then I realized really fast that I sucked. You know what I mean? Like I can't rap. I tried, but I was young, like, you know, 96, 90. You know, you try to put rhymes together, it just did not work, man.
Right.
And I was like, man, I was envious of people that could rap, like took a freestyle, like off the top of the head, and you know, string words and phrases together. I was like, how the fuck? I was like, man, fuck this shit. So I gave up. Word.
You've been harassing me to get Dot up here.
Oh man, appreciate it.
He always do that.
Nah,
He
because
just-
I mean, outside of these
I
niggas being my
want to
niggas,
know that. Like, you know, people, you know, you're a journalist. We know that. We all know that. I want to know where Dot comes from. I know you're a Queens guy.
Yeah.
How did you grow up?
Middle class AF.
I think this the middle
Sums it
class
up.
AF
Sums
room.
it up.
Yeah, just
This the middle
What
class.
part of Queens?
Jamaica, South Jamaica. Born and raised my whole life. I spent 4 years in Delaware because I just went to college. But
Right.
my whole life lived in Delaware.
When did you fall in love with hip hop?
That's a real brown sugar question.
It really is. It really is. Yeah, you know it's
So when
crazy.
did you fall in love with hip
You know it's crazy. That's a fact.
Nah,
But go ahead. When did you? Because we all got
I would say maybe 91 Hammer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
you know, people like to front on Hammer, but like if I'm 6 or 7 years old, Hammer's the biggest shit in the world. And the nigga had a cartoon. I had a Hammer doll. Then Kid and Play had a cartoon.
Facts.
I remember
Yo,
that.
a lot of people don't remember the
that.
Kid and Play cartoon.
I
They
was
only
there.
had one season.
Yeah,
like
one
8
season.
episodes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I'm young, I didn't know better, but that was my shit. You know what I mean? Like
right,
too
right,
legit
right,
to
right.
quit.
Right,
You know,
right,
that
right.
was it. Then it evolved, and you gotta think this is early '90s, so there's no streaming. All your hip hop is what you hear on the radio.
That's
Absolutely.
a fact.
You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
Right.
So then it evolved to like Crisscross, because that was like '92, and then '93 like Wu-Tang and all the like. So I'm just loving this. You know, Onyx,
right,
throw your
right.
guns in it. Like it just evolved. So
You got siblings?
yeah, I do. I'm a mom's only child, but yeah, I have siblings.
Got you,
Yeah.
got you.
So, you know, that's how the evolution was, man. But you know, just growing up in New York, you know, you're surrounded by rappers. You
fact.
might see LL Cool J on Jamaica Avenue in the Coliseum, or you might see Fredro Starr cutting hair at the fucking barbershop at New Tribe, I think it was called at the time. But you know,
When you were studying journalism, did you know you was gonna go into hip hop?
yeah, I was always into hip hop. You know what I mean? So growing up, I had it's like the way I was kind of grooming myself
Right.
subconsciously. I'm pretty sure y'all all did this. Get magazines, used to like wallpaper.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So my room was wallpapered with magazines from people that I didn't know at the time, like Daytwan and Elliot Wilson. So it was like I was kind of grooming myself, you know, to be in this without really realizing, yo, I'm in the game. You know what I'm saying? So, but if I was gonna do journalism, it had to be entertainment. It had to be hip hop. That's my passion. So
When was that moment when you started working for Double XL?
Yeah.
You was like, nah, I'm here.
I think the first day, you know, but also no, I would say when I got like my first freelance assignment, like Bonsu Thompson went to Delaware State, right? And he at the time he was the music editor of Double XL. So he came back to give the stay in school, you could do anything you want to do speech. And I was like, yo, I want to be down. And like, he was like, whatever, big kid, beat it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And because, you hear that all the time. But I stayed on his ass. And then eventually him and I hooked up and, he gave me some work. But I remember the first assignment that I ever got, it was like 100 words. I was like, yo, when the magazine came out, I read it like 100 times. Because like, yo, that's my byline. I'm on the game. You know what I'm saying? But I guess when the check started to come in as a freelancer in college, I was like, oh shit, like I can make a living off of this.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I think I'm on to something. I think this is where I want to, pursue a career.
That gotta be some dope shit though, because did you have any other friends that was in the journalism world?
Right.
Before this,
Who
like,
did
that
you know
came up
in
with?
journalism?
Nah, not really. Like I was going in uncharted waters. You know what I'm saying? There was no one else there was no blueprint for you.
See, that's dope, man.
So
that's dope because of course, I'm sure in your friend group, all of them was like, wow, like
yeah, because I always loved magazines and stuff like that. I always bought them every month. The first place I got my start was Don Diva because I always loved Hustlers, the Underworld, and shit like that. That was my thing. And Don Diva had that plus hip hop. I was like, yo, I love it here.
Perfect fusion.
So, at the time I was still in college, and I was like, I need to get my foot in the door. How am I going to get on?
Right.
So I faxed over my resume to Tiffany Childs, who was the editor, the founder of the magazine. And she liked my work. My work was terrible at the time, but this is because I was still writing for the school newspaper and shit like that. And she was like, you know what? I like you. You want to cover the Mixtape Awards? This is January 14, 2004.
The Justo Music Awards?
Justo Music
Mixtape Awards.
And I remember the date because I still had the laminate. And that was like my first hip hop assignment ever. And
that's
crazy. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
It was at Speed.
Yeah,
It was at Speed. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to go. I was so excited. I felt like I was going to the Grammys. I remember I had a fit on and everything. I went there and I was just in
city.
Yeah, train. That train was
talk your New York shit.
That was a train ride, and I'm coming from the E train, Jamaica, all the way to like 34. Local, no express. Stop by stop. But I was so happy to be there because I was seeing rappers for real for the first time. Like I remember seeing Swiss Beats and like Lloyd Banks and like whoever was popping at the time was at Speed for the Mixtape Awards, and I was open. I was like, man, I feel like I could, you know what I mean?
Working.
I'm working, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was dope, man. It was the dope time. But it was moments like that where I felt like, okay, yeah, I could make a living off of this.
So you got yourself in the game. I mean, you took the initiative.
Yeah, there was people that helped me along the way, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe, I guess we could say we're self-made, but there's always people that help us along the way, you know what I mean? I've always had people like that. So, but yeah, I mean, I was persistent and consistent to, to pursue what I wanted to do.
Right.
So after leaving Double XL, right?
Yeah.
How long did it take you guys to figure out? All right, we're gonna do these interviews with artists, these personal interviews with artists, and record them.
It took a while because we left XXL 2008. We started Rap Radar 09, and at the time there was no podcast. There was nothing like that. I think seeing Combat Jack do it and Juan Epstein do it, I was like, okay, they're doing this new podcast form. What's a podcast, Right. And I said to Elliot, this is maybe like in 2000 and my dates are wrong, but maybe 2012 or 13, whatever the year was.
Take somewhere around
I was like, yo, I think we could do this too, man. Like, they're doing good, but I think we could do a better job, on some competitive type shit. And Elliot was like, all right, cool. And the first person we interviewed was kind of like our demo. It was Paul Rosenberg.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was Paul, who's Elliot's partner. And whenever the Shady anniversary was, it was around that same time because it made sense. And that was our first kind of foot in the door into the space, you know what I mean? And from there, we just did a couple. Elliot kind of took a back seat. I was like, I like this. People aren't buying magazines like how they used to. I think we could, get conversation and, create this kind of cover story. And from there, it was me doing it on my own. And then CBS came calling. They heard the Paul interview, and it was like, "Yo, this one's pretty good. Like, we want to sign you, like a record deal. We felt like rappers." Right. It took a while for the deal to close, but then eventually we did it, and we signed to CBS. Yeah.
So your first interview was Paul Rosenberg.
Paul Rosenberg. He was our demo. He was our, but then when we went to the CBS, Well, after Paul, I did a couple by my own. I did Tony Yayo. I think I did Dream, did Boozy. And then when we signed to CBS, the first interview we did was YG when his album dropped. Yeah.
Doing business with CBS was, well, not even to get into the business.
Yeah.
But was that more difficult than kind of structuring a contract when you would do journalists?
Yeah, well,
Like-
yeah, because it took a long time. There's a lot of moving parts. You know what I'm saying? We're using the Rap Radar name. CBS is CBS. You know, can we do this? Can we do that? Like, it was a long time ago, but it was a lot of moving parts in order for us to close the deal. It took months. And we finally, eventually got it done, so.
Right.
Let's get into these interviews.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about the interviews.
What's your favorite one?
Yeah.
It depends on the day, right? I get asked that question a lot. And I was thinking about it to myself recently. I think, oh shit, he
Can I
gonna be
just
mad.
name a couple?
Sure, go ahead.
He interviewed Jay-Z.
True. He's gonna be
Emcee.
mad about this drinking out there.
And we got some Ace.
We got
too.
Ace too, Jay.
Hov, I got
if you're
some
watching
Ace.
this.
I got some Ace.
I
You know what
said
I mean?
Ace. And y'all said, I ain't gonna do that. I said Ace.
You did. We have it in the chamber, but we'll edit, blur it out like the box or some shit, like a video of the box.
Don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
All right,
Go ahead.
Jay-Z,
Yes.
the late great Nipsey Hussle.
Mm-hmm.
My
We
brother.
don't talk about that.
Yep.
Rick Ross,
Mm-hmm.
Cam,
Yep.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Hold on, pause. Will Smith.
That was a moment.
That gives me like if Will Smith's people told me Will Smith was coming here, I wouldn't be able to go to sleep. These niggas, they would never stop talking about it. When you got the word
Yes.
that y'all was about to sit with motherfucking Big Willie, pause.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Listen,
That's that big Will
I asked
Smith.
this, when did
I
you
know,
fall in love
don't
with
even-
hip hop? You just had one of those moments. Don't worry.
Nah, that wasn't even one of those moments. That was
I
meant
practiced that in the mirror last
okay.
night, but ain't don't worry about it.
He called himself that.
Yeah, Big Willie.
right?
Yeah.
What was that like? What was that feeling like walking into the interview?
Well, first off, let's put this in context, right? So
Right.
we did that in 2018, I believe it was, and Will had just came on Instagram, right?
Right. Explosion.
Right. He's accessible now. He does interviews, but he wasn't doing interviews at the time. He was on Instagram. Will Smith is here, right? Cool. We also did it in Budapest. That was in Hungary.
That's crazy. They
So
away.
it took months. It was like an idea.
Away game.
And we were like, yo, there's no way we're gonna get Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? He's filming a movie. Like, it just didn't seem feasible. Jay was like, yeah, I think y'all should try to get Will Smith. So Jay put a bug in his ear, and we're talking about Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Of course.
Jay-Z. Jigga Man.
Jigga. He's
So-
the one to do it.
He put the bug in his ear, and Will was like, oh yeah? And his people reached out to us. This was like months at a time, right? So after like 3 or 4 months, his people reached back out to us. It was like, yo, Will wants to see some of y'all interviews. So we sent him a couple, and he liked them. And he was like, well, he's over in Budapest shooting a movie. I think it was Gemini Man, if I'm not mistaken.
Man.
And he's going to be there for a while. So you
Netflix.
guys are going to have to, if you want to do it, you're going to have to probably go to Budapest. It's like you nigga could be on fucking Jupiter. We gonna be on the fucking. We gonna get the spaceship.
That's a fact. Nah,
know what
I'm
I'm
with
saying?
you.
Now, pardon my ignorance.
Yes,
Where the fuck is Budapest?
it's in Hungary, so it's in Europe.
Shit.
So Ellie,
Y'all went to Europe? to
so
do
we
that?
went to Europe, and the interview that you saw was at his hotel. Was at the Four Seasons, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, well,
And
not a shabby place.
it's
to
not
be.
bad. So Elliot brought his wife as well, Danielle, and we flew to fucking Hungary. It was the same day that Kanye West flew journalists and all those people to Wyoming.
Wow.
It was the same day, and I was kind of upset. I was bothered by that because Elliot and I don't think Elliot and I got an invitation to go there.
Wow.
Really?
I was doing Will Smith.
And I was like, look at this shit. Why is everyone going on PJs to Wyoming? Meanwhile, we didn't get an invitation, but I said, okay, you know what? It's cool. We're going to fucking Hungary. You know what I'm saying? I was bothered by that. And
Yeah, I'm
Hey.
happy you say that.
yeah.
'Cause
Well, look,
Honest
I'm
man.
bothered
Jam, you got
by
some
your
explaining to
Well,
do.
Look. Being that you bothered by shit, I'm bothered by your list every fucking
Yeah.
year.
we
A
ain't
lot
get
of
through the
people are.
interviews. You went
Every
real
fucking
fast,
A lot
man.
of people are.
Go ahead, get through the interviews and we
Yeah.
get to the list.
Yeah, man,
that's
come
its own
on, man.
segment.
You went Will Smith. Like, he
look,
dying to interrogate you,
But
man.
to wrap that up, though, I don't blame him. We here. We got the champagnes flowing.
Look.
I got nothing to do. But to wrap that up, though, when we did the interview, we're in the hotel and Will comes in. He has that glow. It's very superstar. It's like ha ha ha, like the rich laughs.
Yeah. It feel a little different. Feel a little rich.
So it was cool, man. Will's a great guy, and I got to talk to him a little bit when Elliot did the interview at the Apollo. So with him, so it was cool.
That's fire. Keep running that list down because I stopped that Will.
Yeah, Griselda, of course, the Locks, Mace.
Mm-hmm.
What I wanted you to get into, Young Dolph.
Dolph, yeah, wow,
I remember about the Dolph interview.
Dolph interview was cool. We did that.
R.I.P. Young Dolph.
Yes,
man.
that was a good conversation. We did that. It was. I remember. I think we were late. I don't remember, but I remember it was daytime and then it came to night, and that was a good conversation. Dolph was open, honest, affable, just a great guy. You know what I'm saying? He answered every question without hesitation. Didn't have, a lot of people like, yo, can y'all take that out? It was none of that. He was just a really good guy. I think that was the first and last. I think that was my only interaction with him.
Did you think he had any similarities with Nipsey?
Yeah, independent. No, that was my second interaction with him. But independents, like they were really about their paper. You know what I'm saying? And making sure that their music lived on, and like just having really business savvy kind of guys. So that was a similarity that I found with him. Yeah,
you can get it to you.
I loved your Dapper Dan.
Dapper Dan was fun, man.
Yeah, that we
took, and that's the thing too. People see these interviews and it's like, yo, you just call. No, nigga,
it's not that.
It takes hard.
It takes time.
Like Jay turned us down plenty of times.
Really?
Drake turned us down 3 times. Well, Drake flaked 2 times, I believe, 2 or 3 times. But it took a long time for us to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he wanted y'all to. He's waiting for the mansion to be done.
Listen, it took a while, but I'm glad it happened when it happened when it was supposed to happen. Right. So, but Dapper Dan was fun. We wanted to do that for almost a year. We waited because his son. Jelani. Shout out to Jelani,
That's
man.
my brother, man.
Shout out to Jelani.
Me and Jelani grew up together.
No shit.
Yeah, I knew Dap since I was fucking 7, 8 years
old.
From the same neighborhood. So
Jelani is salute that man, man.
That's
so
my dog.
He told us to be patient. The book is coming. I was like, ain't no fucking book coming, man. Just tell me no.
Before we move on,
the book came and we did the interview. That was great. And Dap said, yo, he loved. I remember getting an outfit, right? And I was like, I gotta look different for Dapper Dan, man. I just can't, with those jeans and shirt. And I was in Atlanta at the time, went to Etro, and I got an Etro fit, and he like, oh man, you trying to outdo me? That made you feel good. I felt good. I bought some new shoes. I bought a whole fit.
You like it's worth it. Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
So shout out to Dapper Dan.
Big Harlem right there.
Man, listen, that's
big for you. That's
Dapper Dan.
Exactly.
Like I'm a fucking Dapper Dan groupie, man. He loved this shit, man. You know what I mean?
What was your most uncomfortable interview? Before we move on,
that's easy. Wale.
Shout out
to Wale. That's easy.
I watched it, but I didn't sense it being uncomfortable.
We've had. I don't know if the one that I'm referencing is available online.
Oh, okay.
But this is the time that me and Wale were kind of not seeing eye to eye.
And the list?
Nah, this is before the list. It's just that at the time I wasn't really a Wale fan like that. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't get jiggy with the music. And I expressed how I felt about it. He expressed how he felt, and Ellie had said something, and that ticked him off, and it was just bad.
That was early on the edge.
It was bad, man. But we're in a beautiful space now.
Nah, that's my brother. He's in a beautiful space.
We are in a beautiful
space. Let me let the air horns off for my brother. My brother Wale.
Shout for Wale.
It got real
Wale a
tense.
couple days ago.
Yeah, shout out to Wale, man. Like and I love the music is way better now. Oh, not to say it wasn't before then, but I'm more of a fan now. I can appreciate what he does. So
me and Wale's initial interaction was not beef, but it wasn't the best.
It was tense.
It was tense.
Over wrestling.
Because my boy is competitive.
Yes.
And I was on Twitter talking shit, and my fans was hyping me. You know what I mean?
Shit.
And
were you saying who was your favorite wrestler?
No, we were saying who started first. The music.
Oh, the
fusion.
The fusion?
In the wrestling.
Okay.
Right? And then it took Peter Rosenberg to put us on group text like, look, you guys, relax. You guys are both doing it. You know what I mean? You guys definitely have more in common than you have apart. So you should probably talk. And then he ended up being one of my closest friends in this shit. So Rosenberg was right. Shout out to Rosenberg.
Definitely.
Even though he curved me last week, Rosenberg, he's supposed to come over here. He left me on scene, but I'm going to curse his ass out when I see him.
It's definitely you and Wale. Y'all definitely were the pioneers and think Griselda's taking it to a whole nother level.
Absolutely.
Although Wyclef did have The Rock on the song early, but...
Although the Locks did that before Wyclef.
True.
They did the Mayhem song on the WCW soundtrack. And then shout out to Maino and Dame Grease. They did... something on the WWF Attitude soundtrack.
Okay.
They flipped the Undertaker
Didn't
shit off.
Chris Rock do it too?
Ice-T did some shit too.
Ice-T did some shit too.
He had the Godfather. Pippin' ain't easy,
Pimpin'
man.
Ain't Easy,
Grab your bitches.
Yeah.
No sex in the champagne room.
That was Chris Rock.
That's Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
That's not wrestling though. Where you get that
That was Gerald
Rock-
Levert. You probably think sexual chocolate.
Yeah, you think
that was
no.
That was Gerald
In the
Levert,
beginning-
man. That wasn't
No,
Mark
I knew it was Gerald Levert. I was trying to... In the beginning of that song, I think he was in that.
Nah, you just.
I'm gonna check it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna check it.
It's
Don't
all
worry
good.
about it. Let's move on. I'm gonna check it.
Right.
And
But
get at it. Yeah. Do what you been wanting to do, man.
Nah.
You trying to get on me? You trying to get on me? All right, cool. We gonna switch this off me real quick, Big Dot.
man.
Nah, you was doing great. I just
no.
you was doing great. No, I'm gonna get into it. You ain't got to tell me.
We
You ain't gotta tell me.
here, man.
Right. So
B Dot hold his own.
B-Dot is the man. This
love
is my
it in here,
brother.
man.
You
This
know what
is
I mean?
great.
So this is, I would send B-Dot songs before the shit comes out just because I want his reaction. And I know if I get a certain reaction, I know what that record's gonna do. Like Tradition with Cam and Jim.
I literally
sent
have that song in my head as we speak right now.
crazy, man.
I love that song.
I sent that to Dot before it came out.
That's a,
You know what I mean? So
beautiful song.
It's a lot of songs I sent. Right? Like, so before I even get into this list,
Yes.
when you listen to artists, what are you looking for?
New artists, old artists,
Artists,
general?
period. In general.
creativity, clever, witty, clever wordplay. Dope phrases, dope beat. I'm a simple guy. Like I don't ask for much. You know what I mean? Just I want to hear something that I've never heard before. Like, oh, I didn't even think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I ask. I'm a real cut and dry kind
Nobody
of
ever
fan.
came to you to do a label job or anything?
I used to work at a label. You worked at Epic Records for about a year and a half, 2 years.
Wait, is this the time when they signed Ross? Around this time?
No,
Or this
this-
is a little before that.
This is after, I believe. This is recently. This is maybe about,
Yeah.
I forget, 2017, 18? Yeah, 2017, 2018. I worked at Epic.
How was that for you?
It was interesting. They have some good people there. Shout out the person that brought me there, Celine Joshua. She still works at 21 Savage. She has her own situation now, and there's some good people still at Epic Records. But the guy, put it like this: there's some people that work at record labels that should not work at record labels.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
It was weird. I remember being like, I don't think you should work in rap if you don't listen to rap.
That's like us working country music.
Yeah, like I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? So that was weird. And also like being there, I remember at times I would blast music and people would, like turn it down. Like the fuck you mean turn it down? This is a record label, right? So it's cool though. But it was gonna be good people at Epic, and it still are. So
The only time I ever entertained a major label was Epic. And,
oh yeah.
And that was when shout out to my brother Aaron Reed. This is when LA was over there.
I was there when LA was there.
Okay.
I was there.
So this is around the same time.
I was
where
there when LA. I left around. No, LA left in like 2018 maybe. So I was there with him for about maybe a year. Give
Then
or
they
take.
clean house.
Then they clean house, but they, some
was
new
like
people
a
that
switch
came.
out.
There was
Yeah,
some-
they was getting a lot of home.
Yeah, like
renovations.
Sycamore left.
Yeah,
Sycamore was there at the time.
and he went to Atlanta. Got
Then after with LA split, and that was around that time. So I felt good. I was like, oh, Sycamore's here.
Yeah.
LA Reid's here. Nigga.
it was like a breakfast club
felt
of
good.
people that you know. So
Felt good.
when at least when I was attempting to go over there and entertain that whole concept, Sylvia in LA was running.
Yeah.
Asylum, and I feel like hip hop was in the room when I did my audition.
Okay.
And come to think of it, I laugh because I did a lot of shit as a rapper where it just make me now I'd be like, damn, I would have.
Yeah.
Me now would have never even thought to do that, but you have to do it just for the experience.
Yeah,
I
for
guess.
sure.
So I performed in a room over my instrumental, and it was like, it felt good at the end. Obviously, I was weirded out going to perform for some people in a room.
Yeah.
Right? No microphone, so it's like I'm just.
Did you jump around like Bobby Smurda? You should have stood on the table.
It wasn't a table to jump around on. We actually
It was a
did
crate.
it. Yeah, it could have been. It could have been. We actually did it in Jungle City Studios.
Oh, okay.
That's where it was being held at. So it was a little weird, but I thought that I was gonna get it, and LA was all for it, and Sylvia dubbed me.
Oh.
So, but I love Sylvia though.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, I'm happy she did that to me.
Things work out for the best.
You know what I mean?
Man.
It worked out perfectly. It worked out exactly how it was supposed to work out. Right. So speaking of getting dubbed.
Yes.
Right. Going into this list that you got.
Talk about my annual year-end list.
Annual bullshit list.
Oh shit.
That you fucking assemble every fucking year.
Yes.
Right. What's your process of?
What's the qualifications?
Well, listen. Well, every year. Well, I do. You talking about the rapper list or the best album list or just?
I would say
rapper
we're
list.
gonna start with the rapper list.
Okay, yeah. So every year I have this criteria that I break down. So it's like what's my list? It's like performance, skill is number one. Performance on the record and on records throughout the year, and what's the other one? Kind of like relevancy, like just presence throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? Like if you impacted things like that. It's just a cute word for saying relevant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I factor all those things in, and this is not a hottest list. Hottest to me is just popular. Like you could just like who's the hottest rapper? Like
Right.
that's
a
popularity. I do the best rapper of the year. So it's always controversial, and I use that criteria to kind of come up with my, my selections. So it gets a little bit controversial every year.
Very. I mean, for a guy like me,
Yes.
that one's broken, Rich. For a guy like me, I would say, I see the list, and you're my brother.
Yes.
But also, you're a great journalist and a great critique of music. So it makes me personally want to go harder.
I'm happy about that. Yes.
And I feel like a lot of MCs feel that way, but they can't probably put their ego aside because we all carry our egos.
Yeah.
That's our luggage. Right?
True.
But it's validity to the list.
Your ego's your luggage. I like that.
Right. So I look at the
That's a
list
bar.
and it's a bar, right? And I think of, the year, whatever year we in, and I look at the list and I look at the rappers, and it's never hate for the rappers, but it's always like, well, damn, why I couldn't be on there. Right. But then as a rapper, you gotta look in that mirror and be like, okay, well, you know what? I didn't go as hard as this person, and my impact wasn't as great as this person's impact is. So that doesn't make me a lesser rapper. That just means go harder, nigga. And then you be seen.
It definitely doesn't make you less of any artist. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just 10. It can only be 10.
Right.
Maybe you might have made 13. You know what I'm saying?
One year you was like, nah, you like 12.
Can I read 2021?
Yes, please read
2021.
2021. Are you starting from the bottom to the top or the top?
Where
to
you want me to go?
Go from
10
10 to 1.
All right.
Yeah.
10 Lil Durk. 9 Monchami.
Makami.
8 Lil Baby. 7 Benny the Butcher.
Yep.
6 Nas. 5 Conway the Machine. 4 Freddie Gibbs. 3 Drake. 2 J. Cole. 1 Lil Wayne.
And honestly, after that list came out, I would have elevated Nas if he would have put fucking Magic out earlier.
And he did it December 22nd, 2021 at 1:01 p.m.
So Magic came out like after the list,
that.
and I was like, "Fuck, this album's fantastic!" Like,
Amazing.
It would have been elevated. He would have probably been number 2, maybe number 3. You know what I'm saying? Because that album is so good to me.
See, now,
Who?
And number 1
Can
is
I ask you
Lil
a
Wayne.
question?
it's nothing personal. Who
No,
doesn't
question.
belong on the list is what
I
you
ain't
about to
gonna
ask?
ask you. Who doesn't belong on this list?
That's what you
Who
that's what I
list?
said.
Who list? Who can you take on that list? Whose spot can you take on that list?
Nah, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't say that?
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna put myself there. But what I will say is, the list is interesting,
Okay.
right? I think some people on the list, for me personally, I would have put a little higher. Like Benny number 7 is a crime.
I think Benny 7 is good because I'm thinking about what he did in totality, right? We all know Benny can rap really well. Plugs out
the year.
Yeah, think about the year, right? To me, the album wasn't as strong as the previous album. So
The Hit Boy album or the
Yeah.
Harry Fraud album we talking about.
we're talking about Plugs I Met.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I don't think it was as strong as the previous effort. And of course, Benny's never gonna give you a whack verse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like the album not being as potent for me, I had to put him on that. What was it, number 7?
Yes.
Yeah, I felt it was fair. He's in the VIP area, but he just he didn't break the top 5 for me.
That was hard. That
Who
was
was
hardcore.
in your opinion? Who was the best rapper of 2021?
That was on that list?
No, just in general.
In general?
Yeah,
2021 best
Last
rapper.
year.
Last year.
like gun to your head. Who's the best rapper of 2021?
Personally,
Yes.
it's either between Benny or Conway.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
And that's not
Rapper.
because that's home team.
Okay.
That's because as a fan,
Yeah.
I feel like their impact, it pushed other people's pins.
That's
and
fair.
And it made a lot of people uncomfortable. And you know what? Thirdly, somebody on that list that is up there for the number 1 is Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie Gibbs. And Freddie Gibbs was my 2020 best rapper in the world list. He was the best rapper in the world to me the year prior. But he didn't put on no album. But I was thinking, okay, Freddie, he didn't put on an album last year, but his features and his solo material was really strong. Like
And
when
he
he
was
dropped,
nominated for a Grammy.
there you go. But he dropped the Big Boss Rabbit, which was over the Nas You're the Man beat, killed it. I think about the joint that he did on the Drake Champagne Poetry. Vice Lord Poetry was his version of it, killed it. And I'm thinking about all the other little features that he did throughout. Like, I'm paying attention
Right.
to I'm literally writing. Like, I can show you my list right now. So far, I'm doing this from January all the way
That's
to
hard.
December of just documenting, moments. So Freddie Gibbs to me was definitely he had to be mentioned. You know what I'm saying? But for me, Lil Wayne, I mean, this guy was
But number 1?
yeah.
I'm a big Lil Wayne fan. Don't get me wrong.
I think everyone's a Lil Wayne fan, but I feel like if you look back on the features, he had no album. Well, besides that shit with Rich the Kid, that shit was whack. But Wayne did the heavy lifting. If you looked at his features, like the joint that he did on like an AZ album, it was so diverse. On AZ's album, he killed it. On fucking West Side Gun album, he killed it. Seeing Green with Nicki Minaj, he killed it. The joint he did with Polo G, like if you look at like when he was on the record, he held his own throughout the whole year, and I think that shit had to be recognized. Like, and that's why he tweeted me out. I was so proud. I was like, yo, Wayne fucking tweeted me. I didn't even nigga know who I existed.
crazy.
So that was dope, man. But I had to give Wayne his flowers, man, because I think he had a phenomenal 2021.
I mean, Wayne had a phenomenal career.
Yeah.
So I feel like, as long as he's actively rapping, it's like LeBron playing basketball. When he's on the court.
Yeah, but
It's
the
like,
thing is,
damn, he's still doing
we
it.
take LeBron, like people like LeBron
Yeah.
for granted. My homie Najee was telling me about this. Is like we take what LeBron does for granted, like it's regular. That's not
Right.
regular.
Not regular,
19th
it's not regular.
season.
It's not normal. Like
dunking.
That's not normal.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Wayne is always going to be Wayne, but I feel like 2021 he was rapping like he needed a deal. To me,
A underdog on that list. Somebody else I like. I've been listening to his shit a lot lately.
Who's
But
that?
Makami?
my comments.
Number 9.
Pray for Haiti. I had him at
Pray
number
for Haiti
9.
was hard.
Nigga, what?
HBO, that project he got is hard. Like I've been
Listen,
listening to Makami, so
The second album he did was fire too, but I love Pray for Haiti. Like the song Au revoir, produced by Green Lantern.
Hard.
I had that shit on repeat. And the only reason why I have him at number 9 is because his profile is still kind of low. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking about like I always have. I guess I always have a wild card on the list, right?
Right.
And he's I
He's
guess the wild card,
He's
right?
the wild card for sure.
And I think it's justified because the album is great. He's rapping at a really high level, and he's just different, man. Like he don't show his face, and he's just dope, man. Like he's just a great rapper.
I love Makami.
Mark is dope.
Somebody that was left off that list
What do you think?
that had his fingerprints all over that list that should have been on that list. West Side Gun.
Yeah, Westside. He told me I wasn't valid. You saw the tweet?
He said he wasn't valid.
It's
What
a
he said?
crime
He
for
said
Westside Gun to
Westside
not
was
be on that list.
in the hospital saying like, "Fuck B-Dot." Why is his opinion valid? Oh man, you can find it.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
And it's
to me,
another
man.
person, and this is me setting myself apart. Like I
Yes.
didn't. Last year was
I love
terrible.
it. I
for me.
appreciate your objectivity, man.
Yeah, last year was terrible for me as far as musically, personally. I
Okay.
was all the way unplugged, so I didn't even have no emotional state. The year before last, I'm like, come on, Dad, I should have been on the list.
Homegrown was really
Homegrown, but
was really
I
good.
belonged on that. But another person that belonged on that list that works very hard, that makes very good music, Currency.
Oh, Currency, yeah. Currency, his best album was Collection Agency. That was on my best album list. But Currency is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like
One of the best,
He's I love Currency, man. But his album made my best album list. I really enjoyed the album. I told him that song Jermaine Dupri was. I told Jermaine Dupri about Jermaine Dupri.
Get the fuck out of here.
True story. Because I heard the album, right? And when it dropped, I was like, this shit sounds really good. And I DM'd Jermaine Dupri. I was like, yo, Currency has a song about you.
Right.
And he was like, word? I was like, yeah. And he checked it, and he was like, oh, shit, this is dope. Then he made a post, and now they make it.
Does Spitter know that?
Well, he does now.
That's a fact.
That's crazy.
That's a fact.
And they got a project.
Yeah, I'm
working on.
fiending to hear that shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
I love Currency. To me, like Currency, like I feel like there aren't too many fly rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like rappers just they ain't fly anymore. Like just they don't spit fly shit. It's like I don't know.
understand.
Even though we're like peers, I look at rappers as superheroes. So I'm like looking to y'all like for the fly shit. You know what I'm saying? Only problem is that y'all guys aren't on a more mainstream elevated level, so the spotlight isn't on you like how y'all's with other rappers. But I feel like if it were, people that cool would be back. You know what I'm saying? Like
What'd you think about the New York drill?
I hate that shit. I'm not a fan. Like if it's done right, then it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like there's been songs
Like
that I
Pop
haven't.
Smoke.
Pop Smoke songs are good. I've heard like this No Suburban, Suburban. Like I like them joints. You know what I'm saying? But there's some songs that have come through the pipeline. It's like people are just Xeroxing the same shit, the same sound, that little synth. I hate that synth. You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds like someone's taking the keyboard and
I know what you're talking about.
you know what I mean? Like that shit is whack. But they're like again, I don't want to sound like the old man waving his cane and back in my day, Jay-Z would never. Yeah. You know what I mean? But a lot of that shit is just whack. You know, just whack. And it's not an age thing. It's a music thing. My ears still work. I know what a good record sounds like. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's a lot of, well, this shit worked for this nigga. Let me copy him.
Copy paste.
And just, control V. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, that shit whack. You know what I'm saying? I love innovation. I love creativity. I think that's what Pop Smoke had. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
His voice.
His voice. He was just a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? But you go
Still
on.
spitting fly shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, but if you were to ask, hey, I want to listen to some New York rappers, send me some links or whatever. They're all gonna sound the same cadences, same flows. It's just a little bit boring, man. So
Nah, I feel you. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. I ain't gonna hold you. Pop Smoke made me like Dior more than I liked it before.
yeah, like when it's done right, it's done right. I think, in my opinion, New York drill is gonna go the way of the disco real soon.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like disco, and
I'm with you.
I'll be there celebrating.
I'm with you maybe a little less harsh.
Okay.
Because I'm a rapper and I don't be one to. Everybody's sensitive about their shit. And
I
you
get
never
it.
know where
I'm not naming no names.
No, me neither. But I will say some of it is not for me. That's the nicest way of saying I don't fuck with that.
Right.
But then this new shit that they doing, like where they putting the hi-hats over the R&B beats.
Yeah, that shit.
At first, I laughed. My little homie played it for me. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
He was like, nah, bro, I'm telling you, it's the new shit. I don't know the kid's name, but it's over that.
You talking about B-Love?
Yeah, I was about to say
That
D-Love,
shit is hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean,
That shit is
Yeah.
fire.
I
he
can't.
from the K-Fuck.
He from the Bronx.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck Shorty's saying, right?
You talking about the Mary sample?
But it's a
Mary's
vibe.
You Are
yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, everything
That
sample.
shit is fun. When I hear it, I get excited. For some weird reason, it's like a guilty pleasure. I won't tell Freddie to cut it off. I just listen quietly, like, and inside I'm saying, I'm repeating it when I hear it, but I don't know if I like it. I haven't downloaded it yet, but it's just, I don't know. It's something new, maybe.
The
because
flow
it's
is
like,
a little too like, you know, that shit is like
double
heavy
time.
metal rock and roll. If it was like rap, it's like heavy metal rock and roll to rock and roll.
But for me, I
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to rap. It's like that type of, that's how I look at it. Like if you was to break rock and roll in a genre, you know, you got your soft rock, you got, you know what I'm saying? Country rock.
sound like Prodigy's rock and roll, but it's hip hop.
But you know what I'm saying? Drill
Right,
is like
right.
heavy rock and roll, like dun 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 is at you. It's like a
I think
different energy.
drill-
Like it's like heavy.
I mean, outside of the
heavy rock.
violence and shit that comes with it, that I don't fuck with that part.
Nah, that
course
shit
not.
is
You
whack.
know,
That shit is whack.
show wise, I think drill music is made for niggas that love to mosh.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
true. I can see that.
Shit,
I could
yeah.
just see, you know, a whole bunch of shoving, and it look
can
like
see
they look like they fighting, but
Yeah.
they're bonding. That's how the kids bond nowadays.
Right,
they
right,
shove
right.
each other and they jump on each other and
Nah,
all
hip
that
hop
other
niggas
shit,
wear
but-
too. They sneakers too expensive. They ain't doing
Oh, niggas like us?
that. Nah,
Right.
hip hop niggas ain't doing that.
No, hip hop niggas, it's a new hip hop nigga.
Yeah, you
That's
right.
what I'm trying to tell you.
You right.
Like, they got our type of hip hop nigga where it's don't throw your water on me. I don't give a fuck who you is.
Yeah.
I'm looking, I'm hot. I'm in the crowd. 2 Chainz done through some. I'm like, what the fuck? Not saying he did, but it's like, you know. So it's a different type of hip hop, nigga. Because these my young boys, they
Yeah, they
into
wildin'.
they into the funny
Yeah, the
dances
dancing
and
and shit,
you
yeah.
know they with that, and I respect it, and I love to watch them have fun.
Yeah.
Because once upon a time we were those kids where the older niggas was watching us like, what the fuck is
To be fair, they're not kids though. I hate it when people say that.
It,
Young men.
They're adults.
They're adults. They're
to me,
young
when
adults.
you're 18 and over, you're an adult.
Yeah, young
Like
adults.
I feel like that's a problem here. I know I'm probably digressing, I'm venting, but it's like we got to stop infantilizing men. Like once you're 18, you're an adult. I can imagine being 23 years old, 22, 20. You know what I mean? Someone calling me a kid when I was 25. You got your goddamn mind.
you're right. You're right.
When I was 24, I'm a kid. Man, listen, I was grown.
That's a fact. That,
You know what I mean?
That's
I
that's
just I have
true.
a problem with people like I guess
But that's what you remember. Al was kind of say that when he was like, back then we wanted to be grown,
we look
and like now it's like
It's reversed.
Yeah, it's reversed.
I feel like because when we were coming up, we all same age. We used to look up to the older guys because they had the
Exactly.
money, they had the cars, they had the things that we enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? It was a maturity to it.
Sally said the older dudes want to be like the younger dudes.
Now
A
it's
lot of
weird.
them.
It's like the
It's
older
weird.
guys want to look like if you're 30 something, you want to
look 20.
fuck that. I don't even want to be 20.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't want to be 20 no more.
Hell
I
no.
was 20 before. I know what that
poor.
felt like.
Hell no. Fuck that.
I know what that felt like.
No,
I
thank you.
definitely don't want that.
I would choose 30, late 30s every time.
Facts.
Please, thank you.
Facts. I'm definitely enjoying my age. Yo, do you think it will ever be a return of print?
No, I think it's done. I mean, in hip hop, no, I think it's over. R.I.P.
So why do you feel like Rolling Stone and Billboard?
Well, that's
isn't really a thing
well,
anymore,
those
but-
guys are even hurting too. You know what I'm saying? Like, when was the last time you went to the? I don't even know where to buy a magazine. Like, I used to. What
The
I used
airport.
airport, right? What I used to do when I was working like with Don Diva, I used to get a box of magazines. When I was in college, they would send a box to me. Or when I was like working with them in the summertime, I would get a box. And I would literally go to newsstands like a fucking gangster. Like not a gangsta, like a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Go to newsstands and be like, yo, look, I need some Don Divas, buy these off of me. And they would buy them off of me for whatever my price. I think it was like the magazine cost $5. You give it to me for like $2, whatever price point that I had. They would do that. You know what I'm saying? And I was making money off of that. I was hustling selling magazines all throughout New York. I had no contracts. I didn't know nobody. I was like, yo, y'all need these magazines because they're gonna fly. And
That's so you might be a part of the reason why we even got to see Don Diva magazines.
I might have been.
B. Dot is a New York
No,
hustler.
I was
That's
going down to
fucking
when I was
hilarious.
in college. This is a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even trying to aggrandize who I am. Like, I was a popular guy. So on campus, I would get the magazines and I would sell them in the student center, like 2 for $5. Sell my homeboy mixtape while I was there, and I would sometimes after like a lunch period leave with like $200 or $100. You know, and that was a lot of money.
That's a lot of money back
And when you're in college, you ain't got no money. This is the early this is early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are facts. So that was my hustle, selling magazines.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, but print is what it used to be. Those days is over, man. Like, I don't know where to buy a magazine besides the airport. You know what I mean? And also, but it's like for music, you know, I think it's a way to the dinosaur, because you got Vogue, fashion magazines. Those are still thriving, but for what we do,
The fashion industry is still working, music industry.
Yeah.
Print wise,
everyone's going digital these days.
it's like the new mixtape.
It is. So
Yeah, because streaming is basically the new record store.
I miss that though. I was telling
I
the
miss
homie,
HMV. I miss Tower Records.
Nigga.
I miss the idea of going to go buy an album, reading the
I
credits.
was reminiscing with the homies the other day. I was like, yo, man, I kind of miss that mixtape, like 2000 and... I feel sorry for anyone that wasn't born in the 80s.
Word.
Because it's like, from 2001 to like 2000, maybe, let's say 6. That was a great time to be a hip-hop fan, man. To go to, like, I'm a Queens guy, right? So it was a feeling of going to 165 Flavors, getting the new mixtape, bring it back to school with you, talking about that shit, or getting the new DVD. I don't know what was more fun, like buying it or searching for it. You know what I mean? Like, there was a feeling of getting that new Smack DVD, going to the barbershop,
Getting a new Clue, the
the
new
new
Big Mike.
Clue. Yo, you heard that joint of the new Clue? You ain't, nigga, you can't take mine. You better go get your own. There was a feeling of just discovery that I miss, man. Like, and it's never gonna happen again. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because, come to think of it, like a lot of mixtapes, we would get album cuts that didn't make the album.
Facts.
It'll be different
Facts.
versions of different songs that we grew to love, that you can hear the original version on a Clue or a Big
Facts.
Mike or niggas was rapping verses. Like Mace was the first person I ever seen that will rap a verse off the album on the radio on the freestyle, and then I listen to Harlem World and I hear that same verse and I know it already and I wasn't mad.
That's a fact. That's because that's all we had.
And that's the formula still up to this day.
Yeah.
Like rappers will go to the radio or wherever you do freestyles and they will rap something, me personally, off a fucking album that you just haven't heard yet. And then people hear that shit and they forgot, or it's either they love it.
Biggie did it too. You know what I'm saying?
Big did it too.
But that was all we had. We didn't have no other alternatives. You know what I'm saying? Like, I missed that era. Like 50 Cent when G Unit was bubbling to live in Queens.
Yo,
During
talk about
G-Unit?
that.
What was that like?
Nigga.
Talk about, because
mixtape
we
era?
understand
Oh
Dipset
my God.
coming from Harlem.
Facts.
We
Nigga.
understand how I felt being Dipset.
First off, it's hometown pride, right?
Yeah.
To have an artist, especially from Jamaica, Queens,
Right.
To be
Where you from?
To be the most popping artist in the country, in the world, nigga. And then he had the mixtapes. Man, I was a 50 Cent groupie, man. You couldn't tell me. You couldn't tell me I wasn't G Unit.
We fucked that.
You couldn't tell me. I was writing G Unit everywhere. Like, I was.
You ain't wear the tank tops though.
Nah, I ain't had no tank top. I didn't have the tank top.
My nigga.
But when 50 Cent is The Future came out, and
Yeah.
then God's Plan that afterward, like, nigga, Banks Victory, and
Yeah,
like,
yo, Banks.
what 50 was doing was just remixing Weird Al Yankovic style in these records.
Facts.
There were songs I didn't know that were real songs until he did his remixes. That, man, you couldn't tell me shit about 50. I would have caught a fucking bullet. I would have donated an organ for 50 Cent at that time, nigga. And it was so cool because it was like, yo, you got to do 50 Cent. And at the time I was going to college. So they didn't have it in Delaware. And like, because Delaware was a lot of Jersey people, a lot of Philly. You know, some Delaware folks, a lot of people didn't get it yet. So I was a nigga with...
Oh, you a Jamaica Queens nigga in college.
Man, you couldn't tell
You
me
was hot.
nothing. I was wearing that with a badge of honor. Man, that was a great time, man. 50 changed the game with that project.
Nah,
talking-
mixtape 50 was fucking good.
Yeah, talking Jamaica Queens. I ain't gonna hold you, right? So I'm home, right? and I'm looking up, we got that. All right, cool. Dot, you hold your own. I ain't gonna hold you, Dot. You hold your own, Dot.
Man, listen.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't even gotta, you know what I'm saying? New York nigga, man. I respect your shit, Dot. Because that most people that's not a soft dude. You know what I'm saying?
You see, I don't know. Queens has this reputation of being, I don't know. It's just a way. I blame KRS-One. You know what I'm saying? For the
Bridge is over thing.
The bridge is over. You know what I'm saying? Like Queens is it's residential. We have buildings like all the other places. It's such a slept on place because it's like get caught on them black blocks. Don't make your ass.
Yeah,
Queens is special.
You know what I'm saying?
Both airports is in Queens. You
Both
gotta go.
airports,
You gotta go to Queens to get out the country.
Yeah, you know what I'm
period.
saying?
Right.
It's an interesting place. You know what I'm saying? But when 50 emerged, it gave us a battery in our back, man. It was like a hometown because we ain't had nobody for a long time.
I had Ja.
We had Josh from Hollis.
That's Queens. Nigga.
Yeah, but Jamaica and Hollis,
Yo.
Ain't Run DMC from Hollis
they from
too?
Hollis too. But Jamaica, Queens ain't had we didn't have a star
Jamaica
for a
ain't have
long.
no-
The last star from Jamaica was probably I couldn't even maybe Lost Boys. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Cheeks.
Mr. Cheeks, the Lost Boys. They know them niggas.
They was lit though.
They
They was lit.
LB fan, nigga. Think if it was music if you want. But anyone that grew up
I'll
in
play that
Queens,
shit in here. You know
Lost
that.
Boys was a real
That was a
gang,
real thing.
nigga.
That's crazy.
And them niggas was terrorizing.
All them
But
niggas
that's
had
a whole nother
all them niggas
conversation.
had dreadlocks.
Listen, you saw them black men. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. But anyway, it's been a long time since we had someone to represent for the town. So when 50 came, it felt great, man. So
What's the name of my favorite tape? Sincerely Yours, Southside.
Cecilia. Oh, that was a little bit
Yeah,
after.
yo.
You like that was your favorite one?
That's my favorite 50.
Interesting. That was with all the remixes, if I'm not mistaken, right? Old school joints.
Rising to the top.
Rise-
and all
Yeah, that was
That's
a
the
vibe.
Queen.
That was a vibe.
That's the Queen's anthem. You know what I'm saying?
That was a vibe.
Yeah. That's why we should have talked about that during Homegrown.
Yeah,
I felt like
it
that,
was.
right?
I was kind of pigeonholed to what I had, so I was just like,
Yeah. I love where it's like Queens is a very blue collar place, and it represents that in the music. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
I love it.
Favorite Queens MC.
Good
Nas.
question, Smoke.
Nas. That's easy. Nas. Followed by Prodigy. 50. After. Number 4 would probably be shit. I would say maybe collectively. I would say a Tribe Called Quest because I love Fife and I love
You too.
Tip. You know what I'm saying? And maybe Nori rounds up number 5.
Damn, Uncle Al ain't make the
Oh
list.
shit! Think about
Yeah,
L.
about to say.
I love L. I mean, who doesn't love L? But
But on
Talking
some,
about more of your.
well, I can't
our
even
era.
say on some
More
rap
of
shit
our
because
era.
nah,
some rap
man,
shit.
L
he's
is
fucking
great.
all
You know what I'm
over.
saying? But I wasn't. I loved L. I loved his albums. Like Mom Said Knock You Out was a classic. Radio's a classic. But I was more of a singles for L. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, loving. No.
Yeah, I wasn't like
Commercial Al.
Yeah,
Not album
I mean, I
Al.
did love album L, but that wasn't really. It didn't resonate with me like how the other guys did. So
Yeah, I think. I mean, asking you that question. Come to think of it, I mean, obviously my number one would be Esco.
yeah,
Same.
Nas is come on, it's Nas, man.
that's the full total package of an
kidding
MC.
me?
And then number 2, I'm gonna give it to Uncle L because
Really?
yeah, because
There's a lot of
growing
Queens
up,
rappers too, though.
I know, but growing up, Uncle L had he had a different effect. Like that was like he was the first commercial like artist that I probably had a love for. Like Snoop was my number 1.
Yeah, Snoop was
And
great.
Snoop, listening to Snoop now and the songs I loved when I was a kid, I understand why I loved them because they were so simple and easy to learn. And
Yeah.
they had a melody,
He did.
right? And it was a different voice, some shit that we, as an East Coast kid, you wasn't hearing West Coast guys talk, so you had a different swing to his
Yeah.
shit. And I fuck with it. But Uncle L on some East Coast shit, he had the bitches, he had the hot beats,
He did.
he had the hot videos. And then what was the turning point for me with L was the cannabis shit.
Oh,
So as a Queens kid
4, 3,
growing
2,
up,
1?
when 4321 came out, right? What was the buzz in your inner circle?
I didn't like cannabis at all.
You didn't like cannabis?
I
Like
love
Cannabis was popping, man.
I
Like
didn't like Cannabis.
you had to be there.
Second round knockout.
I was there. I was there.
That was his. No, not
was
you.
there.
Not
Oh,
you.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Not you. Not no. I know you was there. I'm just talking about people.
Yeah, I got you.
Second. That's crazy. Second round knockout was his single. This track was his single.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
That nigga had Tyson in the video.
Yeah, the
You know what I'm saying?
That was kind of crazy.
People were, I remember at the time, like, yo, Cannabis got L, but then L came back with the
Jack the
Ripper.
I remember hearing that
when he
on
said the
Hot
99% of your fans don't exist,
Yeah, killed them.
that was like a KO.
Hot 97 helped LL win that battle.
LL,
Yeah,
visibility.
They spent that shit.
They spun the
Yeah.
shit out of Jack the
They
Ripper.
spent that.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
LL, but
And
also,
then you think they fucked up Cannabis album, right?
I don't think they fucked it
nah,
up. I think they
said-
Cannabis fucked up Cannabis album.
fucked up Cannabis album. Right.
They said Wyclef. It was Wyclef.
That was a Wyclef. Cannabis was a good. He could rap, you know, but
Sabotaged itself.
it's just that so you got to make good songs, and I don't think the songs really held up. I mean, are we still listening to them to this day? You know, I don't.
And he's a rapper's rapper. I think
Yeah.
he had like a dark moment a couple years ago. Some
yeah.
battle shit.
He had a fucking pad. He brought a
Yeah.
pad to a fucking battle.
I couldn't believe
It's
it.
like a knife to a gunfight, man.
That's
No.
Yeah,
Hold on.
nigga.
Where was I at when that happened?
Yeah.
I don't know.
was
But I
there.
know back in the days that wasn't even acceptable. So I don't
Yeah.
know how he thought in present day that would be.
Then when he dissed my nigga J.
acceptable.
Cole, I was like, man, I can't fuck with you. J. Cole loved you, man. Like, how dare you, man? J. Cole's my nigga, man. You kidding me?
Nigga, this J. Cole?
Yeah, he said some shit. I was like, the fuck's wrong with
See,
you?
that's what I'm saying.
Cannabis?
Fuck Cannabis. The type of nigga this J. Cole, bro.
Nah,
What, for the culture?
That is weak.
Come on,
weird,
man.
man.
I mean,
you don't diss J. Cole
I
for the
love Cole.
culture.
I love Cole's music and I love Cole as a person.
This is
Cole
J.
is my
Cole,
guy,
bro.
man.
He's a
Who
great,
disses
he's a
J.
great
Cole?
guy. He's
Yeah.
a great guy. So yeah, if he did, I didn't hear that he dissed Cole. But
Yeah,
I'm
he did.
pretty sure.
It was slick. I was like, the fuck wrong with you, Cannabis?
Yeah, you see how he talking? Yeah.
Nah, because
How you
I've known
diss J.
Cole for
Cole?
like, I started in this game around the same time as Cole's rise because he went to St. John's, right? And I went to the barbershop across the street from St. John's. So that's how our kinship started. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So you knew him around the time when he was in St. John's?
hell yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Hell yeah. That was
crazy.
Oh wow.
that was my guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's to see his rise, like go from anonymity to selling out the
Megastar.
garden and like, from anonymity to celebrity, it's like,
I'm sure he's saying vice versa, though, brother.
yeah.
Respect, man.
Yeah, I
You
appreciate
know what I'm
that, man.
saying?
I ain't a celebrity, man. I don't even got
Listen,
I can't even
B-Dot,
get
man.
verified on Instagram, okay? I like
You
being
not verified on the gram?
that's
Make it
another
happen,
story.
Smoke.
I don't care. But my thing is that I like,
Make
you know,
it happen,
I like
Smoke.
being who I am. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
could go to the supermarket, no one gives a fuck. But to see his rise and I'm biased to
J.
Cole.
Cole.
Bro, you got about 50. That's not. You're not regular, bro.
I'm a
Like, you're not about to sit here and
shout
talk to
out
me
to
like
the
you're
middle
not.
class, man. MCM, middle class mafia. That's the
Middle
clique.
class.
Shout out to all my
mafia.
niggas that just had enough.
You're a fucking.
Just had enough, man.
Yo, what's your favorite Hov song?
Fuck. That changes with the day.
Of course.
That's a hard. That's actually what's my favorite eye, nigga.
It's crazy because I got a favorite Hov song.
What's
It
my
never
favorite
changes.
finger?
Yeah.
Top
of the head.
What's your favorite one?
Allure.
That's definitely top 5. That's a top 5 Jay-Z song.
It's my favorite
Period.
Jay-Z song ever.
Man, my favorite Jay-Z song. I'm just gonna the first one to come to mind a week ago off of Volume 2. There's so many Jay-Z songs. It really is. There's no wrong answer.
It's about the mood, like you
It's
said.
about the mood. Like I
It's
love
about
a
the
week
mood.
ago. I remember playing that 1,000 times. I
remember playing like an underrated Jay-Z song, like "Meet the Parents."
People love Meet the Parents. A lot of people
That's
love
like
Meet the
Jay-Z.
Parents.
I could just zone out and
It's
just
a story. It's one of
go
the best
through that.
stories ever
Close my
told.
eyes.
It
And
was
go
like,
through it.
woo. Yeah, that was that's up there. But yeah, like
Yeah.
a week ago, Allure, Where I'm From, NYMP. I mean, pick a. There's no. I can do this all day, man.
Hold on. I got a Harvard question for him.
Go ahead.
500,000 or a dinner with Jay-Z.
Well, I did the dinner with Jay-Z, so I'm an idiot.
Talk to him.
I'm gonna take the money. So this is what I'm gonna do with the money, right? Since I had a dinner with Jay-Z already, mind you, that was at the Soho House. I don't know if I said that right.
Nah, you ain't say that on this
That was at
interview.
the Malibu Soho House where they don't allow
They don't
cameras.
allow cameras at all.
So in order for us to do that, Jay had to make the call, and they allowed it, which was so crazy. And he ordered that food that you see. He literally ordered the whole menu, but we couldn't eat it because by the time it was done,
It was cold.
It was cold. So it was like fuck this. The guy's rich. But what was my point? Fuck, I forgot what you asked me.
500,000.
Oh, 500,000. All right, so yeah, I did a dinner with Jay-Z. I'm gonna take the 500,000. I'm gonna take 400,000, and I'm gonna split the 100,000 with Jay, and we're gonna go buy us a day date watch or something like that.
Respectfully.
You know what I mean? We're gonna take the. I'm gonna take 400. Jay, it's 100,000. Like, here's 50 for you, 50 for me, and let's go. You know,
Respectfully.
let's go hang out.
He broke that down.
That's how
I
we do
heard
it.
you.
That's a good
I
one.
heard you.
That's a good
I ain't hear nobody
You know what
say
I
that
mean?
yet. You thought that out.
He knows about that question though, right?
He does.
That's crazy.
That's a
I mean, it's fucking over. I'm sure.
yeah,
he's
he
on the
knows
internet.
about that.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
What does he say?
can't say
Motherfuckers
that.
better take that 500,000.
If I tell you what he says, I ain't gonna leave this place. I ain't gonna be alone.
Nah!
Jay-Z's like Santa Claus. He's fucking everywhere, man.
He's everywhere. He don't fuck around and hear this.
Off the camera.
Maybe.
Man, that nigga whole probably said, "Look, take the 500, man. You'll get to me if you got the 500. Make that shit work for you, and I'ma see you.
Yeah.
We get next to each other somehow."
Yeah.
But that's
Jay's a good guy, man. Shout out to him.
Who you listening to right now?
Word.
Who am I listening to right now? Who am I listening to? That's a question I know the answer to off camera. And when I'm driving home, I'm like, damn, I should have said that person, right? Like, I'm trying to think of the new guys, right? Here's the thing. I host a room on the Green Room app, right? With Spotify called Most Necessary Live. So every week, every Tuesday at 9 p.m., I talk about the playlist of Most Necessary, and then I talk about the events of hip-hop for the current week. So I'm listening to everything. You know, I guess that gets playlisted on there. So all the new guys and things like that. But right now, I'm listening still to the Nas album. I'm loving it. Magic. It's great. Who else am I listening to right now? Throw me some names.
Who's out right now?
I'm trying to think.
I'm horrible with that.
I know, but I'm listening. I'm in tune.
Music is subjective.
Yeah, I try to listen. I try
to.
to listen to as much as I can, but I'm just trying to stay. You know, I keep my ear to the street
in a way. But I mean, it ain't really been much that's been coming out.
It's still
lately,
early.
so I understand why it's hard to, because I can't even think of nobody that I'm listening to, because I'm listening to all the old shit.
I listen to a lot of old shit. Like I'm an '80s. I grew up on music, right? Because growing up, my mom is from Barbados. And if you have West Indian,
no wonder
you know what I mean?
My parents is from Guyana. It's the West Indian shit.
Connection.
You think
No
I heard
fucking
homegrown?
wonder. Oh,
Guyanese slang.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I really
How about
don't
pronouncing?
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh shit, this is okay. GT,
Yeah.
no skunt.
Yeah, skunk. Yeah,
That's skunk.
Yo, it's a lot of GT niggas in Queens.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the
Everywhere.
home of the GT
Oh,
niggas.
yeah,
My
absolutely.
pops used to go to Liberty and get tennis
Liberty
rolls
right
and
there,
all
like
that.
Richmond Hills right down the block. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Listen,
that's gangster.
So my mom growing up, you know, West Indians for some reason have an affinity for like classic rock and like light FM kind of music. So that's kind of what I grew up listening to. My mom didn't, man, turn off that rock, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to hear that shit. Like my mom was like, I don't want to hear that shit. So I had to grow up. I was in the car listening to, at the time before it was Power 105, was Mix 105. This is from
Facts.
the real New York niggas.
Facts.
It was Mix 105, and she was listening to like classic rock, Celine Dion's, the Rod Stewart's, and the Phil Collins, and Michael Bolton's. That's what I grew up. So I listen to a lot of that now.
That's the
currently.
music they play on the islands, though.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Facts.
Nah, seriously.
Oh, I think so. I thought you meant Rikers. My bad.
Even Big says it.
I'm like, really? The islands. I'm like, what? I ain't been in the islands,
New
so I
York
don't
shit.
know.
That's a real New York nigga right there.
You said the island. I'm like,
I
what
was
that
thinking
shit?
dollars.
What's that shit? An old boy?
that's
See,
the
sir?
music.
Well,
That's the
whatever.
music they play in the
But yeah,
islands,
you're right. So that's why I grew up. That's why I listen to now to this day. Like I be listening to old shit, man.
Nah, I've been listening to Al Wilson, Show and Tell, and some stupid shit like that. Like my pops listened to a lot of oldies, so
Yeah.
I listen to that shit now on my own time.
Music is time. I listen to a lot of old rap, man, because I'm a fan, bro. And if I'm talking about rap, I gotta know what I'm talking about. So I'm listening to shit from before when I was a tyke. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I love the Eric B's
Still
and Rock
catching
King.
up,
Hell
right? Yeah,
yeah,
still catching up.
Come on, man. Like things I didn't understand and comprehend back then, I still listen to. I still enjoy. You know what I mean? So
Right. New shit I enjoy, Stove God Cooks.
Stove God,
too.
nah, man.
Fuck with Stove.
I fuck with Stove, but man, I ain't fucking with Stove God right now, man.
Why?
Stove God disappointed me, man.
What'd he do?
Because, all right, In 2020, I had him on my best. I think it was.
He was number 10.
He was number 10, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, it
Was that your wild card?
I think that was my wild card, right? Because that album was incredible.
Reasonable.
I had him at both lists. I had him on my best album list
and best rapper
list. Because that album to me was fucking insane.
It's very good.
Like, are you kidding me?
Very good. Very
So, and I had him at number 10 because I was like, okay, as much as I love this music, he ain't notable like that. He ain't prominent enough to elevate him. So I gotta put him down. But whatever. And I'm thinking, okay, put him on the list. Everyone was clowning me on the green room. Not green room. It was on Clubhouse. There was rooms about me. They would call him Stovetop. They were saying all kind of foul shit. I'm like, yo, this guy has to come back with some music, an album, new videos, and nothing. He was on West Side's album, and he did that joint with French Montana called Dope. I loved it. But I'm like, come on, man. Like, just give me more, man.
I think this year the over-under is going to be over. I feel like he got a lot of shit
I
coming.
am happy that he was on but I'll tell you what, is that me putting him on the list, put him on a lot of people's radar that didn't know. And like, I remember Bun B reached out to me, and 2 Chainz' folks, and he's on 2 Chainz' album. So I feel like that had to come from me, you know.
The list.
Yeah, it had to.
Nah, that list, bro, I'm trying to tell you, like, it's so much influence that comes from that list.
I'm just a guy. I am just a guy, man. Like, so for anyone to say, you know, to give me that, you know, sort of praise and adulation, I appreciate it. I'm just a guy, man.
You're not regular though, man.
Nah,
come on,
it
man.
pisses a lot of us off. Shout out to my brother Maino. You know what I mean? I seen you and Maino had y'all heated exchange.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh man, but that wasn't based on the lift. That was something Maino had on his chest for years. He's talked about it off camera, but I guess the camera was the time to really vent and get into it. And that was fun, man.
That's my guy. I
ain't back down.
I love
Can
it.
I hold one of these belts? Because I keep looking at it.
Yeah, whichever one, man. Do your thing.
I feel like Brett. Oh,
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I didn't even know that was open.
Don't worry about it, man.
Maybe it's a champagne.
Yeah.
I feel like Brett.
Yeah, feel like Brett. You know what I mean? That's
a real belt. We was just watching wrestling too.
That's the boyhood dream belt. That's the
growing
Shawn
up.
Michaels,
Because
WrestleMania
I seen
13.
this growing up. I always wanted Bret Hart's glasses. I was a wrestling fanatic growing up, right? So I used to see these little fucking white kids get Bret Hart glasses. I was jealous as hell. I was like, one day I want Bret Hart's glasses. I never got them.
Them shits was $5.
Yo, I wanted them so bad. So seeing this belt just brought back some
I might have
memories.
got them from the Garden one time. It's all good. My cleaning lady here anyway.
Oh, sorry.
So we gonna get this shit right. It's all good. It's good.
It's all good.
It gives more work.
This is dope.
Know what I mean? But nah, this is fucking amazing because you've been on my personal list to come up here.
Thank you, man.
For
I appreciate
about a year, and I was just trying to get my footing right because I'm like, before I holler at the professionals, I need to really like seed myself into this shit so they take me serious.
Come on,
Nah, I'm saying,
You're
but look.
Smoke Dizzle.
Nah,
I'm gonna tell you no. You kidding me?
Nah, I feel you, but it's a lot of MCs that got podcasts.
Yeah,
and they're really good at their craft because they like 100 episodes in and they've been doing it. And I just felt like personally,
I enjoy conversations with you, and it was actually good timing because next week, I don't know when this is gonna air, but the new season of Complex Brackets, the show that I host on the Complex Network.
Yes.
3rd season is about to air. I don't know who the first guest is, but because we already shot some joints. But it's out right now, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect. My new season is about to start in a couple days."
Oh, that's fucking perfect. So I gotta bump this up then.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So it's in sync with what's going on.
Yeah, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, I think Nick Cannon is going to be our first episode. I'm not sure. February 16th. I believe is Nick. So, you know, look out for that. If you haven't watched it, that should be a fun episode. I had a lot of fun. So hopefully,
I know this season. I know a couple names just from being in the building that's over there, and I'm very excited about this season of Brackets. For one, I love the concept of the show. You're the best fucking host.
Thank you.
For
I
that
appreciate
show
that
because you qualify the most to actually break this down with it. Like, I don't even want to say Stephen A, because Stephen A is so controversial. I'm gonna go with Stuart Scott. God bless.
Thank you.
That's your role in Brackets. And shout out to Complex. You know what I mean? Shout out to BuzzFeed. You know, they cut the checks.
Absolutely.
It's a great thing. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all check my show out. Sneaker Battles on Caffeine and Complex.
Plug, man.
You know what I mean?
One more phone.
What's up now?
I'm here, man. You can ask me anything. That's why it doesn't have to be about music. It could be anything. We talking wrestling right now. You know
Literally.
Yeah, so whatever.
Well, it's kind of but I just want to know, what do you want out of journalism? How do you want to be remembered?
Shit. What do I want? I just want people to still uphold the tenets of what journalism is. It's just getting the story out. I feel like a lot of times nowadays it's sensationalism. People are extracting a quote from a long, in-depth interview and making that the focal point of the conversation. I hate that. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is for journalism, especially in music, hip-hop journalism, get the truth out. Get stories out, man. You know, there's so many good people that are doing it at a high level. Like, of course, you got Rob Markman. It's not even what I used to do. It's not even print journalism, but broadcasting is journalism. Broadcast journalism. Charlamagne does it at a high level. Kazim, like I said, Rob Markman, Jinx,
Jersey,
you know, Jinx, and my man Speedy Mormon over at Comp. There's so many people that's doing it.
Shaheem Reed.
You know, I mean, Shaheem Reed, my homegirl Jazzy Bell. She's doing women hip hop. There's so many people just doing it. So I just want the truth to come out, you know what I mean, from this journalism thing. And for what I want to be remembered, like, just a guy, man. Like, I'm a man of God, you know what I'm saying? I'm unapologetic about that. I'm just a guy, you know? Like, I want to be the cool guy. Like, I want to be the guy when you think of, you just smile and just like, yo, you know what? Peter, he was a cool guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it, man. And a father, a friend, that's it. Is that a morbid tip? Or is my funeral about to be, man?
Nah, ain't no funeral, man.
Shit, how you want to be remembered? You gonna play this shit?
No. Your pops owned a lot of stuff in Queens, right?
How the fuck you know that?
Because he does the D. He does.
Oh, that's scary though. How you know that?
Kid's good, man. That's why he's
You
here.
talk to. Well, it was good talking to you. Yes, yeah. My pops is a big entrepreneur in Queens. Yeah, absolutely. Damn, that's crazy.
I'm alright too. I'm gonna see you.
Oh shit!
I'll be there.
Yeah, that's my dad. The guy you think that's my dad. Wow.
Yo, what do you think about NFTs?
I think they're a scam, man. I don't know. I don't know enough to say that, but to me, it's just I know there people are making money from it, and I recognize that there's an economy for it, and I'm not gonna deny that. You know what I'm saying? Some people are making money. Shout out to my man Kicks. Our man Kicks.
Yeah.
It's making money.
Absolutely.
But to me, I just don't. I don't know, man. I feel like you're selling JPEGs, my nigga. Like
moving JPEGs.
You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I'm not sold. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sold. Have you made some money off of them?
I made some money off of them.
Shout out to you. You're making money. I just don't know if it's sustainable for long term.
I think, like I was saying this before, it's a digital Mona Lisa.
But yeah, like I'm an art guy, right? So I understand the beauty of art. Like I know why the Mona Lisa is the Mona Lisa. I understand why a Jackson Pollock is a Jackson Pollock. I understand why, you know, I'm trying to think of something. I'm trying to be highbrow.
Nah,
right
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I get where you're going.
I get what I'm saying. I know why Ansel Adams is Ansel Adams. You know what I'm saying? Ansel Adams. Like I get it. So to me, it's like if I fucking right click it, I own it. You know, but I don't care about the lineage of it so much. But I get it. I don't want to.
No. Trust
Things
me.
are changing.
At first, I felt like you, right? And then I kind of did a little more deep diving into it and then made some money off it finally. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, this is really a thing. Because they continue to flip. It's something that doesn't stop. It's like
yeah.
And we always continue to make money off the NFTs.
And I recognize that. You know what I'm saying? And there are some that to me are legit, but I feel like if I go to fucking, the graphic school downtown and be like, yo, just create some JPEGs or just now it's worth, I don't know.
I think it's really on the person because, the NBA Top Shot thing was the best way to articulate what an NFT is, because it's just moments.
It's a moment, right?
It's just it's the alley oop that D Wade threw LeBron and then stood there like this while LeBron was, and that sold for like $100,000 or maybe more. I think it was $150,000 or probably more, but to say it's moments. So for me, my NFTs was just my childhood. It was this photo right here with my mom and my dad.
See, you're a legit celebrity, right? I'm talking about you're a celebrity. I'm talking about fucking Joe the plumber, drawing some fucking stick figures and just doing them a little bit different, and you're telling me this is worth.
But if you got a story behind it, they will buy Joe the plumber shit.
People do buy stories. That's true. So you know what? I take this back. I don't know too much about it. I don't want to say they're a scam. I just don't know too much about it, but I'm not sold yet.
What it stand for? Non-fungible token, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but stocks, I get it. Watches, I get it. Real estate, I guess maybe I'm into tangible
things,
tangible goods.
Overstood, because you're not the only person that feels that way. People be like, that shit. Kanye said that. The other day, actually.
You know what I'm
saying?
He's
like, nah, I'm into tangible things.
Like, I embrace the future. I'm not the guy that's like stuck in his ways. But for me, I'm not sold yet. So we'll see. We will see.
All right. What would you tell the young man that wants to be in the position that you're in?
Shit, nigga. You like being poor?
Talk your shit.
Ever had cat food?
Not cat food.
Nah, but it's just a different time. Like, it's just different now. I feel like nowadays it's a little bit more accessible. It's just a different grind, man. Here's why. Even though the game changes, the tenets still remain the same, right? The rules are still the same. Be consistent and be visible. And I think consistency is just the name of the game, man. Like, whatever it is that you're doing, as long as you're consistent, that to me is the common denominator. And no matter what the field is, whether you're in journalism, you want to be a musician, you want to rap, okay. Like, that's why I respect Russ, because Russ was doing this shit for, like, he said he put out a song every day for, like, every week for a whole year. Yeah. Like, eventually someone's gonna take notice, but that's how you gain some attention. So consistency is like
52 songs.
Yeah, and ask yourself, why are you doing this? Do you love it? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people that are in it for the bag, and there's nothing wrong with being in it for the bag, because people say, oh, you gotta love this shit, like you gotta know Kool Herc's blood type or some shit. Nah, nigga. Get the bag.
Yeah.
Biggie wanted the bag. He said it in interviews.
Facts.
Tupac talked about the bag.
Facts.
He was holding the money, talking about, you come to death row. He's talking about how much plaques he's, get the bag. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, ask yourself, why are you doing this? Do you love what you're doing? Would you do it for no money? I do this shit for no money. There's things I've done for no money because I loved it. I enjoyed it. I've done a lot of pro bono work.
Same.
Because I've done it. Like, you're doing this. You're not getting paid for this. Nah, not to my knowledge.
Nah, I'm not. You would know. It would be a press release.
That's a fact.
It would be a press release.
You're
Trust
doing
me.
it for fun. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you're consistent with what you're doing, things are going to come your way.
Absolutely.
That's a fact.
Absolutely.
That is a fact. I'm a living proof of that.
That's a fucking fact.
Fuck
My
this
motherfucking brother
B-Dye killed this shit.
This is fun,
shit,
man.
man.
Are we done?
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I mean? This
shit.
is
Whatever.
I can't even ask for gems because you're a walking gem. You done
Nah,
B-Dye got gems, man. Give it.
Nah, you've been giving gems though every time you
Listen,
find
I'm a
something
regular
that's been a
guy.
fucking gem.
I love to hear, man. Like, I walked in, you had a Friday poster, which is one of my favorite movies, top 5 of all time.
I was
too.
What's yours? What's your question?
If you got your style of journalism, compare it to a rapper and a wrestler, who would you compare?
My style of journalism compared to rapper and wrestler. Damn, that is a good question.
That's good.
Fuck it.
I'm trying to think. Who's
If we
Who's
got
like a
time.
workhorse, right? Like an Iron Man kind of, like a Shawn Michaels, right?
Ooh, Shawn Michaels, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm
I'm thinking of like a workhorse. I'm gonna say
Dean
Shawn,
Malenko. I say Brett.
Man of 1,000 Moves, Dean Malenko. Yeah, I would say Shawn Michaels. He's a workhorse, right? I would have the work ethic of a Shawn, and I would say I feel like I want like 98 Rock. Stone Cold 90.
I like 98 Rock though.
You know what I mean? Where he has $500 shirts.
That's
you know
arrogant.
You know,
Like
I'm not as
the
arrogant
gold
as the
chains.
You know what I mean? But the Rock was You know what I mean?
Nah, the
Like,
Rock was next level.
you know what I'm
He
saying?
was
Like,
next
he
level.
brought a little more pizzazz
Absolutely
to it. So yeah, like,
more seasoning.
yeah, that was
I like that.
my guy.
Now
man.
rapper.
Wait, a rapper that's like I don't know, man. That's hard.
Yeah, that's hard.
You know what I'll say J. Cole. Because J. Cole is at the top of his level, but you know, he's kind of low key with it. Like he could stunt if he wanted to, but he's keeping it modest. You know what I mean? Like,
I fuck with that.
you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
fuck with that. And
or
I
even
see that.
like Larry June too. Larry June
Shout
is.
out to Larry.
I'm a
Good
Larry-
job, Larry.
Good job, Larry.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm a Larry June groupie, man, and I love Larry because it's like he's bringing that I talked about earlier, like
That fly
that
shit.
fly shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
He's
Like
one of us for sure.
Yeah, he said I could stun on you niggas, but I'ma keep it modest. You know what I mean? Like that's me. You know what I mean? Like there's things that he says that I can relate to, and I reflects of my personality, what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I love Larry.
He said
June.
40 millimeter Rolex, real player with it. I was like, oh shit, I can relate to that. You know what I mean? Like,
And he out here selling shit out, drinking
I love
fucking
Larry, man.
fresh orange juice and fresh green juices. When
Yeah.
they out here preaching healthy shit and killing shit.
Larry's
and
one of my
being fly.
favorite rappers right now. Definitely, hands
I love
down.
Larry June.
He's
Shout
great.
out to Jay Worthy also.
Yep.
You know
Oh,
what I mean?
come on, man. They
It's
make
my
great
guys.
music together. Shout out to Harry Fraud for no reason.
That's
Harry
my brother.
Fraud.
Shout out to
Where you
Harry
at, Harry?
motherfucking Fraud. We got
Harry
get
Fraud
Fraudy
is
up
like
here,
one of
man.
the most underrated. Like, you know what's funny? When I did my year-end list, I didn't realize like Harry had like 3 albums that he produced on the
Collection
album. I was like,
Agency
holy
joint,
shit! The Jim Jones,
Jim
joint,
Jones joint,
the Currency, joint, and I don't remember the last one, but he was on there. So, shout out to Harry
Absolutely.
Fraud.
I'm about to ask you a bird question, but this is for the.
Nah, it's all good.
It's for the people. Who house bigger, Jay-Z's or Drake's?
I never been to. I know it's okay.
Soho House. I don't
It ain't
care.
mine, that's for
Soho
sure. But I never
It's for
been to
the- for the
Jay-Z's
fans.
house. I never been to
Oh,
Jay-Z's
I
house.
thought y'all did
Nah,
the
it was
interview
in-
there.
Nah,
it was
we
in
did that.
Soho
We went to
House,
Soho
Malibu.
Soho
House.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
Jay-Z house. I don't. That shit.
I
I don't.
thought
I
y'all
don't
did the
think
Soho.
me and Jay that cool yet. But Drake's house is big. That shit's 50,000 square feet, man. That's the whole block.
It's nuts.
So I'm gonna say Drake because that's the only one I've been to.
Damn.
You know, like
50,000, son.
Drake house is crazy because you go to the entrance, it got security, got a little booth there, and like, why you here? And he'd be like,
Why you here?
I'm talking to Drake. Yo, you got guys here for Drake. Okay, cool. They got niggas with earpieces. I don't know if they got on the
For
fucking
sure.
a lot of
sure.
earpieces when you go to Drake.
Niggas had a
crib.
lot Secret Service niggas
You know what I
walking
mean?
around.
Nigga we took a piss. Tupac played from the toilet.
Nah, come on, son.
No, dead
Nah,
ass.
Nah.
You go to like I was like, yo, Drake with the bathroom, right? He's like, they need a map and shit. And I was like, all right, cool. Go to the bathroom. You flip the lid. It's California love. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, this nigga toilet fucking played Tupac.
That's
Okay.
crazy. That's some rich nigga shit.
This nigga had a chef.
That's some rich
The
nigga.
nigga
shit.
told the chef, I want some scallops. Next thing I know,
Damn,
nigga
I
had
love
scallops. Where the fuck you get scallops from?
Hold on, just one scallops.
Nigga said, he's like, nigga, chef, can you give me some scallops? Nigga asked some scallops. Drake could have asked for a unicorn, my nigga. That shit would have been there filleted. That nigga crib is different, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they playing different.
Yeah,
I
that's,
mean, you know what I mean?
Drake
niggas out here working hard to live nice.
they living comfortably, man.
I mean,
so
that's tight. But look, man, thank you for fucking coming by, my
please,
brother.
I know you got a lot of people lined up, but I would love to come back, man. This has been a great
Oh
experience.
my God, man! Look, it's
Nah, he
documented.
gotta
It's
play you a couple
definitely coming
joints
back.
before you leave.
Of
You gotta play you a
course.
couple.
Oh, no, of
Of
course.
course, we
it's-
got champagne.
Yeah, it's not
I feel like
over.
I'm on Drink Champs.
You feel me? I had to get you right. I had to get you
That's
right.
a fact. That's a good thing.
This is great.
That's a good
Make some
thing.
noise. Make some noise.
Hit the horn. Hit the horn.
And also, Rap Radar Podcast will be back. People ask me all the time. We'll be back sooner than later. Maybe later, but soon.
That's crazy. I was gonna ask you that. What's next? What's next? for B-Dot?
We'll be back right now. You know, that's in the works. Right. Hopefully, it's up by the time this airs. As of now, Green Room every Tuesday. The Green Room app, download it. It's for free. It's like an alternative to the other space, but this is great. It's fun. It's a hip hop.
Okay.
It's fun.
I'm about to download.
Yeah,
that
please
right
download the Green Room app. Green Room. It's free. It's powered by Spotify, and of course, Complex Brackets. Man, every Wednesday, I believe it's our air dates. 12 o'clock. 12:05, depending who's pushing the button to publish the content. But yeah, that's what we're doing, and I appreciate everyone's support, man. Dizza, come on, what can I say, man? And
Come on, man.
I appreciate everybody, man. I'm just happy to be here for real.
My brother, and I just downloaded the Spotify.
There you
Room
You hear that, Spotify?
Definitely
Cut the check.
Definitely just did that. B. Dot told me to do it. I did it. I'm on Spotify. I always stalk my my whatchamacallit,
Yes.
my page, my artist page to see what's going on.
Yes.
So this
Matter
is
of fact, maybe
definitely-
you could come on the app and you could be like a guest. That'd be great.
I would love to.
We would do it. Talk to the people, man. All from
love
all
to.
around the world are tuned in, man. So I appreciate that, man.
Oh man, nah, that's shit. The pleasure is mine.
Thank you,
brother.
man. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. Shout out to my daughter. I feel like giving my victory speech. Shout out, I'm just renaming people.
Was B Dot your rap name?
No, that's a good question. No, B Dot is a name that I've had because I know a lot of people have that name. I've had this name since 1998. People, okay. When I was in high school, this kid named Josh. He was everyone used to call me Brian Miller. That's my government.
right.
People call. I don't know
They
why.
called you by your full name.
My teachers too. Brian Miller, you know, like the fuck. I don't know. Maybe they had maybe it had a ring to them or something. I don't know. So this kid, he shortened it like B. Dot Miller, the way you see it on the back of a jersey, right? And it went from B. Dot Miller to just B. Dot, and it
That's
just stuck.
fire.
So I've had this name for a long time. Okay, so yeah,
It stuck with you.
You'll be hearing from my lawyers.
Motherfucking Brian B. Dot Miller.
Yeah, you gotta say the whole. Since everyone has, you gotta say it like
you gotta say it like
like a Tribe Called Quest. You gotta say the whole thing,
You gotta say the
man.
whole. You gotta say the whole
Yeah,
thing.
man.
man.
I appreciate you guys, man. I'm having a good. I know we already said
Shit.
goodbyes 5 times.
Nah, this is a grail for me because, like I said, I love to have my professional friends come through and chop it up on a platform that I'm blossoming and we growing it within our own right, and it's good to have championship guys
Thank you.
that won rings, right? Exactly. You know what I mean? To grace our presence. You know what I mean? So shout out to you.
You gotta get Elliot
Shout out
here
to
one
our
time.
people. Man, the yellow
Yeah.
nigga, look, man. The next time the yellow nigga in the city,
Yeah, when he's
I'm
in
gonna
town.
stalk him to come up here.
I
That
would
would be-
FaceTime him, but he probably wouldn't answer. Not for me.
That would be fucking amazing to get him up here. So that's good. I'm glad you opened those can of worms. So now I could see that. What's the stupid shit you say before we leave?
Yo, listen, man. Curls for the girls, waves for the babes, and that's for the hood rats. Show Broadway ho. We got B. Dot
Oh shit.
and this motherfucker, Smoke Dizza, personal party. Cheer. What you about to say, B.
That's a lot of hair references. I like that, man.
My nigga B. Dot,
It's
yo,
really
man.
fucking cool.